What is up, guys? Welcome to Truth and Transparency. We got a good one.
Listen, folks, I know there's a history here. I'd like to get this hearing in today. You know, everybody needs to just focus on the relevant facts, okay? I know there's a history here.
Are you talking up by Sunset Mart? Up the hill by the gas station?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you? All right. Who's responsible here?
What's that?
Who's responsible here? Whose house is this?
Yeah, haven't been drinking or anything, right?
No.
Okay. Drive careful, okay?
Thank you.
This is what the other group had that ran away.
Oh, really? You just ditched it? Awesome.
Yeah, those ones kept walking in the car and the other one.
It's truly for the win.
That I was given to. So there was 2 different discs. Okay? They all knew about it.
We're not here to talk about the alcohol stuff, okay?
Okay, yeah.
But this is the second noise complaint we've had here tonight within 2 hours.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Is this your place?
Yeah.
Perfect. You know why we're here?
And I see noise.
Noise, yeah.
Yeah.
Big speaker right there.
Yeah.
Nothing against having a party. Once neighbors start calling in, then we have an issue.
Like brains, and like if you need a lot of brains, you're gonna be in trouble.
This November 29th, 4 people that were murdered, and you want to fuck around. You got 8 families that are being affected by this, and they just mean nobody from the universe.
Shock value. And so what he did was he had taken pictures of California.
Oh, you're from. I would be outraged if I lived in Moscow right now. I'd be lighting some cars on fire out there. I'd be flipping some cars. I'd get the frats going wild with me. Let's get some noise complaints going. In case you guys missed it this morning, here it is.
Grandparents and teachers have reported Hooked on Phonics success stories. With intensive, systematic phonics, these children learned important skills used in reading. Surprisingly, many schools do not effectively teach intensive, systematic phonics. So if your child's struggling or starting out in reading...
Live now from Fox, I do want to get to some breaking news that we are following at this hour here. Brian Kohberger, the criminology PhD student accused of the home invasion murders of 4 University of Idaho undergrads, has now been indicted by a grand jury. That is according to officials there in the county where all of this did play out. The superseding indictment means the accused quadruple murderer will not have a chance to attack the evidence used to arrest him at a preliminary hearing that had been scheduled for the week of June 26th. We have talked a lot about that over the last several months here. A new arraignment has now been set for this coming Monday, May 22nd at 9 a.m. local time. That should be noon Eastern time. It also spares the two surviving housemates and other potential witnesses from having to testify under cross-examination prior to that trial.
I wasn't getting good marks in reading.
It was painful for me as a parent to see Jessica struggling with reading.
Phonics game was a fun way to learn how to read.
At first I thought it was too good to be true, but there's a money-back guarantee.
Here's the phonics game promise. 1 full letter grade improvement on your child's next report card, or your money back.
Using the phonics game, I saw an improvement in 2 weeks. Her teacher came up to me at school and told me that she had seen a great improvement.
On phonics. Your kid will read a 30-day guarantee. Got them hooked on phonics. 5 million-second books, cause we got them all hooked on phonics. From ABCs competing and spelling bees, got them hooked on phonics. 30 years in the game, got them learning from the hook. 20 minutes every day. Single lessons you can do at any pace. They can choose from a game or a book. Make it easy to learn, celebrate when it works. Yay! In 30 days you're going to hear a lot of questions. What's a resurrection, Dad? What's a recession? Oh my Lord, my kid just put me under pressure, but I'm happy that my kid...
Fox, I do want to get to some breaking news that we are following.
You guys may know him as Albert Kohlberger. Yes, the Hooked on Phonics rapper is the lost cousin of Brian Kohlberger, who went and performed third-party ancestry DNA tests to try to find his lost mommy. Unfortunately, Albert Kohlberger repeatedly filled out the boxes wrong and the questionnaires wrong, and therefore was matched numerous times with the wrong family and family members. Well, it is breaking news here today that Albert Kohlberger, the Hooked on Phonics rapper, is the long-lost cousin of Brian Kohlberger due to once again filling out the wrong boxes. We expect Albert Kohlberger to take a DNA test and to have that DNA tested against any unnamed, unknown male DNA from 1122 King Road. That's breaking news this morning. And please get with your next Hooked on Phonics specialist to help you and your family not only be able to read, but to be able to check the right boxes so that you can find your lost family. And to be able to qualify to be in the next grand jury in Moscow, Idaho. Again, breaking news right here from Truth and Transparency. What's up, guys? We're over here just getting something situated to be able to share for you. One second as I'm getting the camera up to show you guys a body cam. We gotta do this, be creative a little differently here today.
All right, guys, we're being smarter over here. Again, welcome to the transparency. That was an intro from this morning. Just so you guys know, that is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It was to talk about, well, in the Brian Kohlberger case, what's next? Oh, wait, we have jurors who can't speak English, who can't read English. So that was to jumpstart your Tuesday. Now we're going to get into the good stuff, which is the real stuff. This is body cam footage from the night of the murders, before the early morning hours of the homicides. And it is from the undercover officers. It's at 10:01 p.m. and it goes until about 10:16 p.m. So we're basically narrowing down everywhere that our undercover officers were that night and what were they doing. Are you ready there? All right, I'm going to add New Orleans Lady to the show. Hello, New Orleans Lady. Can you hear me? Oh, now she got kicked from the show. Nobody is super late. This just got started. So if you're wondering if you're super late, only if you're pregnant. All right, let's see if this works. What's up, New Orleans Lady? You there? You just have to unmute yourself. There you go. Hi. Try it again now. I had to get you off. You can't do it from your phone when you're on the phone with me. So that's the problem. Mm. 5 gifts. Thank you very much. Again, welcome to the home team fam there. Dream World. Welcome, new member. All right. New Orleans Lady, just go ahead and unmute yourself. You should be good. Or bounce back, come back in. Okay, you're good. You're perfect. I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so then go to settings, go into your camera. And we're gonna flip your camera around.
Okay.
We have to do this old school.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I love your accent. That's why you're on.
Oh, do you?
Again, give it up for all the mods. They always make it the best place to be. If you guys are at work, in your cubicle, if you're driving in your car, if you're at your doctor's appointment, whatever it is that you are doing, Truth and Transparency appreciates you being here. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. At some point, leave your touch DNA on the thumbs up or the thumbs down. You have an opinion on the video, make it known.
Okay.
It will be a panel that you can grab the link here in just a few. We're going to be doing the body cam first from the night of the murders going into the early morning hours. So,
can you see me?
Let's see. Well, go ahead and no, it's all black. I could go to your camera.
Go to my camera.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then go to the back part. And then you're going to hit so where it says camera, stop camera, you have to click it so that it runs it.
Oh.
So yeah, and then put your camera on, your camera should be on.
Okay.
I love showing people how to do this. Okay, so it's are you going to where it says settings and you hit camera?
I went to settings.
Mm-hmm. Then you hit the camera button.
I hit camera.
And then you're going to hit the
back camera.
Hit back.
Okay.
And now look to the left of that. Does it have see where it says mute and see where it says stop camera? Is your stop camera button, is there an X through it? Hooked on phonics for phones. That's what we need over here. Noah gets so pumped and ready to do all of this, and then she'll be right back, though. So I can read you guys the report first, and then when she figures out her technical difficulties. Again, Jacob, I think I've been calling him Josh. It's Jacob Tisdale, Jacob, not Josh, and Nate Rosendahl in the same vehicle. They decide at 10:01, 10:02 to flip on their cameras. And it's because, oh, wait, here we go.
Boot.
Okay, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, so are you able to do it?
No.
Did you try it? Okay, take your phone and like make it go, like just turn your phone the other way. Oh, God. Just so you know, I keep kicking you from the studio. That means that I'm not having you come up right now. So that Richard, if you keep trying, I'm just going to keep kicking you from the back end. I love you though.
I'm just going to do it this way. I'm sorry, y'all.
Okay, yeah, that way's fine. And then let me go like this.
I am going to make
Perfect.
it big.
Yep, there you go.
Okay. Now, for the first like 30 seconds or so, it's just going to be a blank screen. So,
okay,
it's
perfect.
a crappy video. So, I'm going to press play. Oh. And it's going to go. It just takes a little while.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm going to figure out how to do this. Can y'all see it good?
Yeah, is it
It's black. He's got
yeah, because he has a zipper up.
Yeah. And I got the volume up. It just takes a little while.
Okay, cool. Go down a little bit.
I don't have my ID.
Dan Shapiro? Yeah. Let's get your name, okay? 903-2001? Yep. Okay. And where you, what's that?
Well, is this the one you wanted?
Brianna.
Brianna? Can you spell it for me?
Because this is the Nathan's. Well,
Yeah,
this
this is Jacob's. This is what I want first.
Okay.
You're good. So pause it for 1 second.
Are those empty or full?
Okay. So right there, Nate Rosendahl, he is in blue jeans with the flashlight. Okay. The guy who has the body cam on him right here, this is Tisdale. This is the guy, the blonde guy with the hat, clad in black. Okay. And then if you could just put it down just a tad. There you go. Perfect. All right, let's do it. Go ahead.
No initial? Like empty? Okay.
J. Yeah.
And Bree, what's your last name?
B-O-H-N-E-Y.
B-O-H-N-E-Y? Yeah. What's your date of birth?
Cause Bree.
You just got Bree.
That's them, not me.
Do they bring back the sound then?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
It just takes a minute.
Yeah. I don't know if it's them muting it or it went through editing. But it's going to come back on.
Okay, because it would do it with mine like that too, and then it just wouldn't come back on. So she's just given her information right now.
Yeah. It's been a while since I looked at this one, so I don't know exactly when.
Oh, this is a good one. Are we sure that it's not back on? Because sometimes what it would do to me is it would do that, and then it would.
Which one was school or yourself? No, 1 second, okay?
Earlier in the night, yeah.
How old's he?
Back at home.
Come on. Yeah. Okay.
We're good?
Well, not quite. So she's under 21.
Yeah. No, we're just friends. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
She's very obviously intoxicated. So.
We just met up.
Okay. Well, here's the deal. You're already handling the dinner part? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to keep holding on you for a minute, okay? You're going to get a citation for minor consumption. All right? So stay here.
Did he zip his jacket again? There he goes.
Hey, Bree, is your license in Idaho or a different state? Automatically Boy Ocean Henry, Nora Edward
I think
Brown,
that's his hand.
Brianna, Boy Robert Edward, Adam Nora Adam, no J John, date of birth 2003, female from Idaho. Hold on a second, okay? I know, but Bree, you're very intoxicated right now.
Yeah, but I'm not doing
It's okay, just do it, okay? You can't be drinking alcohol though, that's the thing.
He didn't do anything.
You've been drinking a lot, smell the alcohol in your breath. Okay? Just hang tight, okay? Good.
Okay. Okay, here, back that up. Back that up.
Copy.
Back it up.
Yeah. Because they're all obsessed with, guys. This is really important. They're really obsessed with making sure, like, when they're walking over to this car, that he's covering everything he could possibly do to cover up so we can't see this car.
Right.
Like their car, meaning like this hybrid, okay? Watch right here. Go ahead and press play again. And watch what he does.
Intoxicated right now.
Yeah, but I'm not doing
It's okay, just do it, okay? You can't be drinking alcohol though, that's the thing.
He didn't do anything.
You've been drinking a lot, smell the alcohol in your breath. Okay? Just hang tight, okay?
Right. You see that immediately? Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to have your thumb on the mouse here and back it up. So right before he puts his hand over, I want you to press pause so that we can take a look at that car.
Also.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drinking a lot, smell the alcohol in your breath. Okay? Just hang tight, okay?
Right here. Stop. Okay. So he immediately, again, this is at 10:04 p.m. Okay. So 10:04 p.m. This guy is adamant. Meaning Jacob Tisdale, one of the Moscow Police Department officers, he was doing with Nate Rosendahl that night. They were the plain clothing undercover task force. Okay. He wants to cover up so that we can't see anything about this vehicle as he's approaching it. Okay. So go ahead and press play again and see how we can get just a tad bit closer. Yeah, I mean, he's on it. Yeah. Then he, this part. Okay. And he goes inside the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, he wants to cover it up. He zips it up.
Could you open your alcohol thing?
Do they always lock their doors?
Well, it's because the car's running, guys. When a car's running and you have the key fob like in your pocket, whenever you get out of the car, it does that beep thing. So you notice how the car was on and running?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's turned on. They don't shut it off, but he has the key in his hand. And this is the night of the murder, so November 12th. And I say the night of because just in a couple hours, this homicide or 4 of them will happen. So this is November 12th, 2022, and this is at 10:04 p.m. Okay, this is the same time frame that this that Kaylee and Maddie are alleged to be about to get picked up to go by their Uber driver / their private driver to take them down, downtown to wherever it is that they're going. Okay. So, again,
I get it, but we were watching these almost fall over about 3 or 4 times right
so he's writing up a ticket
Yeah.
for underage consumption because they were walking and she was heavily leaning on the mail. So they pulled over. And this
Yeah.
was at 10:04 and like 51 seconds.
Yes.
So there was another vehicle that just passed by.
I mean, aren't they supposed to like give you some type of test? I mean,
Well,
unless you're just taking her word for it.
Yeah, so she's underage, and so it's just she a minor.
I mean, there's no
in
faking
consumption.
that. I mean, she's out of it.
Yeah. This is Jacob's POV. So what I was doing is I'm getting all the areas that what these officers did that night. So he's writing out a ticket for her. And you can hear Rosie in the background talking to them, which we have Rosies, don't we? Do we have Nate Rosenthal's camera as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was just making sure. This is right here on Main Street. They were coming from, or right in front of like Deacon, which is one of the sororities. Again, this is the same vehicle that they were in earlier, or I should say later. This is the vehicle they use for this undercover, operation. What they call is going and getting and snagging up students that are.
What did his watch say? His watch.
Drinking, possibly doing drugs.
Oh, okay.
10:08, yeah.
You see, it says 2208, and this is 2206, so.
Okay.
It's a slight difference.
So Officer Jacob, his watch is 2 minutes off the cam.
Those are important.
Yeah, every minute counts. Absolutely. So he's still writing up this lovely ticket for this girl that's a minor. The guy that she was walking with is not a minor. But this is at least where these officers were at this point in time. This is the same time frame that allegedly the Kaylee and Maddie were going down to Corner Club, the bars.
Wait till you see her when they tell her it's a $400 ticket. Oh.
Here we go. Again, I'll be breaking down this video to see what every car that kind of passes by to see if we could see anything right there. This is the undercover. This is what they do. They have an undercover. They say it's a task force. And you'd have to ask them if they normally work the weekends.
I keep looking for white laundries.
Yeah, there's a, yep.
Uh-oh.
You can run out there. I can go with her if you want. Hey, Bree. What's the last four of your social?
She's just chilling on his car.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
The other guy, he put her there because he didn't want her to fall in the street.
Oh, so we get to see that. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So here she is just chilling on his car. Okay. And oh, see how like is she finding out how much it costs? Like, because they do that little thing if you back it up, like it goes back into like being able to hear it again.
Let me see.
Unfortunately, yes.
Wonder why they do that.
So we're on plainclothes alcohol detail. So
Plain clothes alcohol detail.
how tall are you? 5'2". 5'2".
Okay, pause right there. That's a cop. Right there. It's a cop.
Yes.
So there you go. There's a cop right there.
You're going to see him in the next video.
Mm-hmm.
Because the other guy walked over to talk to all of them.
Cop straight, crawling all over this place. And what time is it? It's 10. What, 10:10 right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead.
120.
120. And blonde hair. Close your eyes.
Doesn't matter who's in the video. The blonde doesn't matter. It's not any of the victims.
Smart move.
So a sophomore, is that what I heard right? What you studying?
Why are you asking her all these questions? She's fucking hammered. Right there. There's a white truck. Pause it.
They're liking this.
Boom. There's your white truck. This camera is just loaded with info. If you guys really, really pay attention, you're going to like find and see like a bunch of shit.
Yep.
Again, welcome to the transparency. Do me a favor and slap the thumbs up or thumbs down. Let your friends know. There's so much more video that we are showing because we haven't even gotten to Rosie, meaning Nate Rosendahl. So you go ahead and continue on here.
Yeah, it's alright.
Moscow 59 case number. So it's too cold for my pen to write, so it's had some difficulties.
He's having difficulties writing because it's so cold with his pen.
Where's his gloves? Didn't he have them on?
No, not him. Rosie does. Okay. And now he has his phone out.
Who's he called?
Is he going to take a picture of her ID now too? No, he needed the date, guys. He needed the date, but we'll go back and take a look and see if we can see anything on that phone.
She didn't have her ID. Oh, another white.
There you go. There's another truck. Is he making another loop? It's the same truck.
Oh.
I don't know. Take a look. What's behind it? Looks like a Nissan Path. It's a... Again, this is the night of the murders. Um, 11/12/2022 at 10. Now it's probably 13 p.m. See right there, that truck go by again. Can you back that up a little bit? Take a look and see. What do we got there? Okay. I mean, how long does it take to write a damn ticket? Right there.
No, that's a different one.
They're working in areas that white truck. Is he going on the pen?
Yeah, he's breathing on his hands.
He needs to learn how to
cold.
lick it. If he would just lick his pen.
He did do that too.
Or does he need to just get another one?
This is your information up top here, the citation, which is minor consumption, a little description, myself down here, and the important part, you have to have paid or contested by December 1st.
Look at that guy flying by.
Okay?
Another police officer. God, they have all these
Just in
cops
the
out.
Okay, so it does come with a fine. I'll explain that in just a second, but if I get you to sign on the yellow line, acknowledging that you will have this taken care of by December.
Now she's going to try to sign.
It's just saying that this officer gave you this piece of paper. Let me explain it to you.
She's a lefty.
Okay. Get you your copy, okay?
What thing?
Bree,
yeah.
Your friend's name is Daniel? Do you know what apartment he's in? You know apartment number at all?
I know it's on the third floor, but it's like the first one down.
Okay.
I don't know the number though.
Okay, here's your copy. On the back has the information and instructions on how to take care of it. In case you forget, and down here is the fine, okay? It's $487.50. So
wow.
So help get home.
No, I'm just gonna pop right up here.
Okay. I just don't want you to fall down any of those stairs, okay? You're pretty unstable on your feet. You want me to go get Daniel and see?
Why don't they just give her a ride? There's another white truck.
Okay. Just want to make sure you make it home safely, all right?
Just remember in the future, stay inside if you're going to be drinking underage, okay?
If you're going to be drinking underage, just stay inside.
Good advice.
Come on.
All right, there we go. We got Rosendahl right there. Can you back that up a little bit? Take a look at little Rosie.
Come on.
He's got his gloves on. All right, and now do we have what do we have here? We have
his
we're gonna
Rosie's.
We're gonna go ahead and take a look at Nate Rosendahl's point of view with this pullover. Yeah, this is a minor in consumption. It is $487.50.
Yeah.
We have no idea where she walked off to.
She went to her apartment.
We'll let her pretend that she knows.
She'll you'll see.
Yeah, here we go.
Now this one also has a 30-second late start, so let's see.
Okay, again, this is the night of the murders. This is like the same time about that Maddie and Kaylee were said to have headed to the corner club, or at least to the downtown area. She was walking drunk. Yes, she was walking drunk with a boy, and he was helping her allegedly. Okay, right there. They're holding hands.
Open containers right now. I need to talk to you about those. Those Coors Lights? Yep. Okay. You guys got some IDs on you?
Oh, okay. That's not me. That's them.
That's really interesting.
Go PD.
See what?
You got a couple of open
Maybe
containers
it was
right
me.
now. I need to talk to you about those. Those Coors Lights? Yep. Okay. You guys got some IDs on you?
I have my ID.
Okay. Why don't you step over here by the tree for me? You guys doing all right?
I'm walking home. I'm walking around.
You guys are both pretty drunk, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's not a secret or anything. We'll see a couple IDs for you.
Home, guys. I'm sorry.
I
You're
don't
good.
have my ID.
Dan Shapiro?
Yep.
All right.
Let's get your name, okay?
You guys want?
Shapiro? Is that Shapiro's son?
What's the address?
I don't know.
I live in Five House, 620.
Okay. All right. Just hang tight for me. I'm going to check your ID, all right? Are those empty or full?
They're like empty.
Like empty? Okay. Are you going to throw them away?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
What's your last name?
I'm sorry.
What do you pause that?
But
I was just
Okay, so there he is, clad in all black. Just so you guys can see So Nate Rosendahl, he's wearing like a black type of zip up like jacket with blue jeans. And then Jacob Tisdale, he's in all black. He's clad in all black. But this is they're in plain clothes together in this undercover vehicle. These are the guys from Banfield. These are the guys from the sign, you know, at 3:40 in the morning. Well, here they are again at 10, you know, 01:02 in the nighttime. This is the first stop of the night. So go ahead.
I was just trying to walk her home.
Yeah, you're good. Moscow 77, check one.
I think we just got to do something, man.
Last of Shapiro, Sam Henry Adam, Paul Ida Robert Ocean, first of Daniel, David Adam Nora Ida Edward Lincoln, middle J for John, right up. Ida Edward Lincoln, middle J for John, 2001 Mouth, Idaho.
How much? Just a few.
All right, man. Here's the deal. Open containers, misdemeanor in the state of Idaho. You're aware of this. What year are you in school? Okay. So you've heard the cop talks before, you know.
I'm sorry, man.
No, you don't have to apologize to me, but again, it is a violation.
There's a delay.
Yeah, it happens.
No, I appreciate you owning it. I really appreciate you owning it. I'm just going to make sure your ID's good, and if everything checks out and you don't have any warrants or anything like that, I'm just going to make you pour them out, and I'm going to give you one. This one. Good.
Sorry.
Okay, so once again, here, go ahead and pause that. So once again, let me just show you guys what they're doing here. The kid, the dude, he's going to get a warning. Nothing happens to homeboy here. She, the girl, gets a $487 ticket. Okay?
And you and I both know one of those is hers.
I mean, yeah, or he just is, I would have been like, I found him on the ground and picked him up.
They're
I'm over here recycling. Prove to me that these are mine.
Yeah, he's recycling.
You know, do you want to go ahead and take my DNA and check? I'm going to go take these down to the lab. Go ahead, go do that. But the whole point of what I'm trying to say is that something in Moscow, it's always, these guys are always getting, you know, just treated differently than the women. And, you know, is it because, hey, we get her wrapped up in this ticket? Hey, maybe she goes and turns CI for us and she starts turning on people because maybe the boys won't, but a girl be scared and would do it. I don't know, but I can just tell you that without a doubt in Moscow, do women and men get treated differently? Hell yeah. Hey, hey, women, dads, moms out there, send your boys on over to Moscow because they don't do shit to your boys. You got a girl, you might want to, you know, think about it. To sending your kid there because they get treated like pure shit. Moving on. That's my rant.
Well, you're right.
This is my friend right here.
Cody, 5 minutes that back for you. Sorry. You're good. What's all? Do you spill all over yourself?
They both committed a crime, buddy. See you later, pal.
I'm back at home.
Yes. Like Landon, you spread some wild stuff.
young,
Dude, that's
they're
fact what I
together,
just
they're
said.
both drunk,
That's
he's
that's
got
just
two
fact.
He's got 2 beers. You know one of them is hers.
She's
okay?
underage, so we're going to give it to her. What's the difference? The dude still committed the crime too. They both committed crimes. You're letting one off and you're popping one. If that's not discrimination, I don't know what the fuck is. So,
yes.
Period. Move on.
We're good?
Well, not quite. So she's under 21.
It's actually contributing to the minor as well. There you
I know,
go.
these are mine. These are mine. Yeah.
Title IX.
We just met up.
Okay. Where's the deal?
It's interesting because they just met up, but yeah, he knew exactly what apartment she was going to.
You already in the airport?
Yeah.
I want you to put me on you for a minute, okay? There's a citation for minor consumption. All right? So stay here.
All right, man. If there's anything left in those, go ahead and pour them out for me right now. It's right by the trees. Good.
Oh, me.
Those were not almost empty, were they? There's a left in there. Okay.
I leave weighted socials all the time, so.
Okay. Sounds
For
good.
her friend's apartment, not hers.
Is that where she's staying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sounds good. Where are you? What's your plan after this?
I'm going back home.
Okay. You are free to go home at this time. She's going to be getting a citation for minor consumption. We'll make sure she makes it home, okay?
Are you sure?
Yep.
So make sure that she makes it home. You can just leave.
Okay.
Wait a second. Pause that. Did you just hear what he said to her? I mean, did you just hear what he said to him? Hey, listen, we're going to make sure that she makes it home. You can just go ahead and leave. Now, I want you to watch the rest of this play out because that is not what happens. Okay? He's thinks he's waiting to take her home to wherever she's going, okay? And this officer right here tells this guy that, hey, we got it from here. Go ahead, go on, go wherever it is that you're going to go. You're free to leave. Like, basically, like, why wouldn't you have somebody wait? If and in fact your report is accurate and that the guy was holding up the girl, meaning that she couldn't walk and she was heavily leaning on him, is what it says in the report. Okay. So what he just said is what? That you can leave. We're gonna make sure that she gets home, okay? Is that what she says? Or he says to the guy?
Yeah.
Go ahead and why don't you just rewind that so people can hear that.
Okay.
It's right by the trees, good. Well, those were not almost empty, were they? There's a little left in there.
No, there's left at the end.
Okay. Were you trying to walk her home?
Yeah, no. Her apartment.
Okay, sounds good.
Her friend's apartment, not hers.
Is that where she's staying?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
sounds good. Where are you? What's your plan after this?
I'm going back home.
Okay, you are free to go home at this time. She's going to be getting a citation for minor consumption. We'll make sure she makes it home, okay?
Are you sure?
Yep.
So, her friend's apartment...
We'll make sure that she makes it home. Thank you.
All the way at the end on the right? Yep. Okay, sounds good. We'll make sure she makes it home. You're free to go, man.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Yeah. Help her.
Yeah, she's going to get a citation. We'll make sure she makes it home, all right? All right, throw those away for me. Yep, you can find it. Sounds good. If you want to come lean up against the car, you're kind of swaying back and forth. Nope, don't fall over. Let's go over here.
Okay, this part's going to be funny.
Yep, come on over here.
Watch what she does.
All right, you can just lean up against that car right there.
Well.
Can you turn around and face me? There you go.
She was going to get frisked.
Back up against so you don't fall over.
No.
What?
Okay, I'm okay. I'm literally going to bed right here.
I get it, but we were watching you just almost fall over about 3 or 4 times right there. Were you drinking at the game?
Yeah, at the tailgate.
At the tailgate? Gotcha.
No, please.
Don't what?
I can't.
What can't you do?
My parents are coming. Okay. Yeah, whatever you gotta do.
Well, that's one thing. If you're drinking at a friend's house, behind closed doors, where no one can see it. It's another thing to be staggering drunk across the street, in plain view of everybody, with open containers on your friend. See how those two are kind of different?
He didn't.
Hey, why didn't he get the ticket for open containers?
Yeah, well, I want to hear what she has to say here.
Okay.
That's fine. You're very clearly intoxicated. So that's what you're going to get the citation for, and then we'll make sure you make it home safely, okay? What year in school?
Sophomore.
All right. Have you been to any cop talks with Officer Morris and Rosinski? Have they come by your sorority at all?
I was in a sorority, yeah.
Okay, did they come by and chat with you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So they've explained this whole deal before?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure it's not from a lack of opportunity on our part for education.
Education on our part.
How old are you?
19.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing well.
Welcome to Moscow, Idaho, where we make sure that your girls get screwed every chance, and we root on the guys.
What's your friend's name that lives here? You said you Daniel?
Yeah, he lives
Okay, is that the friend you're staying with tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. What were you drinking tonight?
Well, I drank a little bit at the tailgate and Keystone.
Keystone.
You're this drunk off Keystone?
Yeah.
Yeah, they play games, drinking games.
Game didn't start till 4. So.
Oh, so you've been going at it for a while?
For a while, yeah.
Okay.
There's the football game.
Usually it takes a lot of Keystone to get somebody pretty tossed. Is there a little hard alcohol in there?
I mean, maybe a shot or two.
You're not going to get in any more trouble if the alcohol changes.
What a fucking idiot. What an asshole.
Usually stick to like Bushlight or Keystone.
Probably safe. $76, $77. You got a silver Tacoma at University and Deacon, no lights on.
Silver. Silver Tacoma, no headlights. He just radioed that in, and there he goes. I think I'm gonna get him. Let's see if it's a Tacoma. Oh, who is it?
Hey man, Moscow Police Department.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just driving these guys home.
Okay. You doing all right?
No, yeah, we're fine.
Okay.
I'm just driving home.
Is this your vehicle?
It's not my vehicle. So I'm the owner of this vehicle.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so sorry for driving so often. We did not notice that until we were here.
Okay.
I apologize. Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
I'm the owner of this vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah. So sorry about that.
Okay.
So sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah,
big safety thing, right?
No, yeah, 100%.
Downtown.
Yeah.
A lot of people walking around.
Yeah.
Have you had anything to drink tonight?
I have not, no. I'm completely sober.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did you go to the football game?
What's up?
Did you go to the football game?
No, we were just watching the UFC fight.
Oh, where's it? Where are you watching that at?
One of our buddies.
Where?
Almond Street.
Was that at the 415?
It's not
apartments?
by like Jimmy John.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. All right.
How's it going, sir? Hey, how's it going? You missed the one driving around headlights?
Yeah. So you didn't have any headlights on that? Just having about it? So this is the DD for the crowd.
Gotcha.
Might not be worse than you having. Always check eyes or see the other drinking.
Do you have your driver's license over there?
Look at these. This is insanity. I always check their eyes. Look at their eyes. He's trying to teach him.
So I'm the owner of this vehicle. My license is right there in that side pocket. Well, I need your driver's license, but I will need your insurance and registration if you have it. Oh, yes, yeah. If you can grab that real quick.
I'm gonna go check anything. Yeah, it's super lethargic, very slow response, very slow.
It should be
pay attention to what's going on. The passenger of a different vehicle hopped out and told him, and he just kind of sat there and kind of looked and then got his lights. So really slow movements, really slow speech. But obviously odor, but that's good. So,
It makes sense. He doesn't. That's not his car. He didn't turn the lights on.
that's good. I'll buy you. Yeah.
And meanwhile, he leaves the girl drunk, hammered, by herself. Oh, there's Tisden. There's, yep. We're okay now. We're back over here. Thank you for joining. Remember for 1 month. Thank you. Look at this. What a cluster. You guys, this is the night of the murders. This is what, I mean, it was just a quiet night. Quiet night, my ass. Just so you know, that Tundra doesn't get a ticket. Oh, there's another. There's the white truck again. One of them.
I got no if you need. Here.
Go ahead and pause that for a second. I just want to make sure everybody understands this. When the girl and the guy were walking, and they're right here, Rosendahl, the guy has 2 beers in his possession, and they had beer in them. Those are considered open containers. It doesn't matter if you are 17 or 77. An open container is an open container. Just because you're 21 years old does not mean that you can have an open container. So these two are together. He clearly breaking the law. Quit breaking the law, asshole. He broke the law
has two, not just one, two open containers. They let him go. Nothing happened because he's 21. That doesn't matter. You can't be just walking around with an open container being 21 years old. Is that allowed on the Moscow campus? You can in New Orleans, absolutely. You can in Key West, absolutely. But not in Moscow, Idaho on this campus. I don't believe that you can walk around with containers open. Correct me if I'm wrong. So they let the guy go that had the two open containers and there was beer in them. He goes to pour them out. There's beer in them. Those are considered open containers. And anybody that's going to sit here and say that they aren't, I mean, I don't know what to tell you they are. They didn't crack them open and then pour them out. You can have closed beers and walk around with them, being 77. But I know that in Moscow, Idaho, you cannot walk around like this guy was doing with this girl, okay, and have open containers. You're going to get a fine for that. Well, you can get a fine for that. They chose to not do anything to the boy, okay? He is 21. They let him go. She got the ticket, okay? She got the ticket for a minor in consumption because she's drunk, and that's what she got a ticket for. Period. But the guy, he had two open containers. And he didn't get a ticket. So.
Yep.
Go ahead.
All right, Bree. So, this is more information up top here. The citation, which is minor in consumption. The description, myself down here. And the important part, you have to have paid or contested by December 1st at 8:30 a.m., okay? Any questions on that? Okay. Just an infraction. Okay, so it does come up a fine. I'll turn that in just a second, but I need to sign on the yellow line acknowledging that we will have this taken care of by December.
It's not an admission of guilt. It's just saying that this officer gave you this piece of paper and explained it to you. Get you your copy here, okay?
Who sent me a pizza?
Bree, you said your friend's name is Daniel? Do you know what apartment he's in?
All right, let's see what happens.
Do you know apartment number at all?
I know apartment 34, but
Okay.
it's like the furthest one down.
Okay.
I don't know the number though.
Gotcha.
Okay, here's your copy. On the back has the information and instructions on how to take care of it. In case you forget, and down here is the fine, okay? It's $487.50. So here's your copy, okay?
Bree, do you need any help getting home?
No, I'm just gonna walk right up here.
Okay. I just don't want you to fall down any of those stairs, okay? You're pretty unstable on your feet.
So then just take her. Just take her. It doesn't matter what she says.
Come help you?
No, it's okay.
Okay. Just want to make sure you make it home safely, all right?
Some of these pictures, get inside and then be drinking when you leave, okay?
I thought she couldn't walk without the guy. There you go. Told you.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out and make sure she makes it home. Yeah. What's up, buddy? Okay.
Where'd she go? Is that it?
That's it.
So and then they shut off the camera, so we have no idea what happened over there. So here we're gonna go ahead and give you a $487 ticket, but we're going to we'll make sure that you get home okay. We'll just watch you. But in the report it said that she couldn't stand without the help of somebody, and then they asked her a couple different times. She said she was fine.
That worked.
So
Hey, everybody, I want to see Harper.
oh God, look out.
Got home from school.
All right, well, go do your thing, girl. I appreciate you. We'll talk soon.
All right.
Again, welcome to the transparency. I'll be breaking down those in more depth. But at the end of the day,
Next grand jury in Moscow, Idaho.
At the end of the day, neither one of those people are or were on the grand jury, so don't worry. Nollins is cute. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. She's good people. Yeah. So then the cameras went down. But again, I'll break it down even more so. But we had to do it that way because we were having technical difficulties getting it up on screen by sharing it. So we improvised. That's what we did. So thank you, New Orleans lady, for being such a trooper. Let's see. There you go. Invite. Copy. Now it is your chance to come on up. Paste. Didn't take her home after all. No, they said they just watched. Who knows? There's a link. Got a couple minutes. Don't take it the wrong way, but when I just boot you from the big screen here, it's just because time was up. Much love to everybody. But a lot of things going on in that video. We're chopping down the times of where these cops were. As you can see, there was other police out. As you can see, there was some of those white trucks you guys have been talking about. So yeah. So why did it take so long to release this body cam? You'd have to ask them their reasonings for everything that they do. I'm not them. There are cops everywhere. Yeah. Yeah. There were. So well, do you think that they changed cars? I do know that the one guy's trying to cover up everything to do with that vehicle. Not sure why, but I guess people were talking about that in the back seat. There was something about like a Stingray or whatever. You can roll this back and see if you could see those in any of the clips, but I don't see anything like that. So, all right, the Richard, you're on the clock. You got 3 minutes. Make it own it.
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
Hi, I'm super jittery. I just drank a energy drink, and I'm so sensitive. So, how are you?
Fabulous, fabulous.
All right, 2 minutes and 53 seconds. Okay, so these are very interesting videos. So they were just released recently. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of videos, so I have to go back and check, but I know that this batch, they were waiting like there was stuff that I had put requests in on December 29th of 2022, and I received them not until May of 2023.
Okay. With all the activity, I wonder what their time clocks show. I wonder who went home at what time.
We just put in stuff for that, so we'll find out. I think that that'll be something that we can get. As far as, we'll just know who was on duty that night, clock in, clock out. But I'm going more for the purpose of this task force. It was just 2 guys, plain clothes. Was there anybody else that was assigned to this? Do they do Fridays and Saturdays? Is it just a Saturday thing? How do they pick and choose what days that they're doing this? And like I said, like, what's the purpose of this? Like, you would expect to have, like, I don't know, be catching people drinking and driving or something. And this is literally like watching for people that are being smart by walking and not driving, but we're just trying to get underage kids that are drinking, but then they decide to leave their place. So that's who we're going after. Because notice the guy that had the open containers, nothing happened to him. We're going for underage drinking.
My entire history has been working in nightclubs, and a lot of them would end around 6 a.m. And so the most dangerous time on the road is between 2 and 6 a.m. 2 and 4 in particular, for drinking and driving and stupid stuff. So I wonder what time they went home.
Well, they said they were finishing up at their last shift or their last stop that they had, which was the sign people. So they said they were on their way home for that to end their plane close, and that would have been at like 3:30. So they saw that, and that's what made them do that stop. And then they had went home after that.
Okay, I just want to say love and aloha. I gotta go. I am jittery AF. Hey, Marcus. Hey, everybody.
Well, we love you, Richard. We love you.
See you later, darling. Bye-bye.
All right, bye, hon. Richard, I don't know if he has a cat. Does he have a cat? I didn't ask him about his cat. You know, I would have guessed that they have this little task force they put together. You would think it would be for if there was all this underage drinking at like sorority or fraternity parties. And because it was like a problem, it was a chronic problem. I do know if the reports are accurate that there was issues with the sororities and that they were specifically ones that the victims were in at one point, they were on probation. So are both cops still employed? As far as I know, they are. People say that Rosie might not be. I think he is. I think both are. So, hi, Mod Squad. What is with all the white trucks? Trucks for days. But I think we could probably go back and figure it out, or based on their own words, as to why they put together this underage. Well, they say it's for underage with drinking and or drugs, but if you're doing drugs, you could be, 25 and it's illegal if it's illegal. But usually you put together these little task force or whatever you want to call them because of a problem. So I'm curious of the problem on why they put it together. I do know that we should all ask ourselves why they need to cover up when he's walking back to the vehicle. Why does he not want that vehicle on camera? Because it's clear as day he's blocking the camera of the vehicle when Jacob Tisdale's walking back to the vehicle. He covers it up. He doesn't want us to see the vehicle. Yes, Miss Potts believes that Rosie here is problematic and that a lot of problems arose when Rosie starts taking pictures of people's IDs. So, as an officer, don't ask, take her home so she gets home safe. Yeah, I just think everything about that was just really unfortunate. And maybe they went through these body cams and were just like, what is this dude doing? Maybe that's why he is no longer there. Who's ever that girl is out there to seriously witness that kid got nothing and she got her ass handed almost a $500 ticket. If I'm her parents, I'm pissed. If I'm her, I'm pissed. But hey, this was at 10:02. So now we can tell ourselves that, guess what? This ended at like, I don't know, something like 10:15. And so we have the underage cops accounted for from 10 to 10:15 p.m., the same time frame of when the girls would have been leaving allegedly 112 King to go to the downtown bars. So we have these undercovers. Then there's a big gap, guys, and it's from this point, which is 10:15 p.m. and until 2:53 when they're not seen on camera again until the Banfield cameras. So I just want to point out to people that I don't know what this task force is put together for, but from 10:15 to 2:53 a.m.,
They didn't write up anything. They didn't get anybody. There's no reports. There's no calls. Again, like I said, like these aren't 911 calls that come in. These are people these two that are in this vehicle driving around and coming across people that are doing stuff because like you're, being sneaky about trying to get them. So, but 10:15 p.m. until 2:53. So what is this all about? If you're not like, if you actually go and look at their work day that day, when they would have got back to the station, hey, what'd you guys do today? What'd you guys stop? Well, this guy was being such a gentleman. He was walking home this girl, and we stopped them, and we gave her a ticket for, she was a minor and she was drunk. He had 2 open containers, and we just totally let him go. Then we said we were going to walk her home, make sure she got home safe. It's questionable if we did that or not. And we did that around like 10:15, and then we didn't do anything until 2:53 a.m. We were sitting over there by Linda Lane, by King, and we saw some kids running across the Banfield, and I just thought that they looked like they were sloppy, so we stopped them at 2:53 a.m. and we were there until, I don't know, like 3:15, 3:16. Then we were about to finish up our shift, and we saw a kid walking with a sign, a construction sign over by the police department. And so we saw him. I don't know how we saw him though, because he was already at his apartment complex and we're on Main Street. So we have no idea how we saw him, but we saw him, and yeah, we gave him a ticket. But then when it came down to it, we dismissed the charges against him. And then we drove back to the station. We were done for the day. So we got a ticket for a sign that we went ahead and quashed out, dismissed. A girl gets a ticket, and the people in Banfield, yeah, I think we gave those kids, would we give them tickets for? Again, same thing as I think that girl got underage consumption. So out of the deal, 4 tickets, well, 5, and then 1 got thrown out for sure. So 4 tickets. They weren't the ones that went to the Moose Lodge. That was actually the police. The underage task force here, that's all they did. That would be like on there. Oh, and then we saw somebody with some lights that weren't on, so we flagged him down. He was driving a Tacoma Tundra or something like that. That was our day. Meanwhile, yeah, those kids were, I guess, watching a fight, a UFC fight. Where was everybody coming from? Well, we don't really know. And then a couple kids, I guess, with that sign, they were at a bar, but then he was walking somebody back home. And then 4 kids get murdered. I don't believe that she was drunk or that she was drugged. I think she just weighs, 40 pounds soaking wet and was playing all those drinking games, and that'll get you fucked up. Again, Dream World, thank you. Jamie, thank you. Best channel mods and fam, you know it, Heather. 1 dimple. Again, thanks for that one, Dawn. Appreciate you. Boots, appreciate you. New member, been watching for a while. Love all the new memberships. Love those that re-up their memberships. And super stickers, super chats. Thank you so much. But that's what they were doing. So we have a huge gap here.
because you would think that you have this task force put together because there's stuff that's going on. Well, 10:16 p.m. until 2:53, nada. There's no reports. So I don't know what the fuck they were doing. Unless they were just letting everybody go. But Vanessa R., member for 25 months. Love you, Lana. 25 months. I love that number. Cheers to that number. Lana, wasn't a drug search. That was the next morning, and it was by a regular police officer. It was around 11 a.m. So it wasn't that night. It was like 11 a.m. And they just called out the canines. Hey, Lana, do you think they were fake tickets? No, I don't. Miss Kelly says, yeah, there you go. Get that hooked on phonics ad. There you go. Oh, thank you for that. Only members I've ever had. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, there is that fentanyl epidemic, but I think that's something that people should worry about is what's going on at the fraternities and sororities. So my educated guess is that they put this drinking and drug task force that they, for the underage stuff, it has to do with the fraternities and sororities. But see, this is going to be a catch-22 in my opinion, because that's a huge moneymaker for your school. And if you're going to be targeting all these fraternity and sorority kids, I think their parents are going to have a problem with that, especially if they're legacy and stuff like that. So rumor like that gets around. Like, shit, I couldn't even imagine being on Cincinnati's campus back in the day and drinking and having nothing in my person, like nothing, and walking with somebody, and them actually having open containers. And here we get stopped. And then you make up some bullshit that I couldn't walk without his help, right? But you don't ticket him and you ticket me. The fuck? I'd be fighting that all day, every day. But that would have never happened in Cincinnati. Absolutely not. But here you do everything the right way. You didn't get behind a vehicle and drive. You walked like from wherever you were. Especially when you see that they're doing what they did. But then we go back and we look at the body cams of the party that happened at King, and that there's no owners there. And these cops are just like, okay, get him on the phone. What? They could have just called whoever. I mean, we did hear the voice. It was Maddie. But you have a shitload of people in a house with not the owners there. Like, what? No, all of you guys are going to leave if there's no owners here. Okay. Yeah. So things are backwards, in my opinion. To be fair, having a big football match could account for all the police activity the night. The game was at 4 and it was over at 7:30. So this was at 10:15. But yeah, you would think you'd be trying to catch undercover like drug bust, like somebody scoring something. But they can't like I just said, it's a catch-22. I think you just have to be very, really careful on how you portray your campus, because without the people coming in to spend the money, you're not going to have a town. So, oh, nice job. Glad that you're currently on holiday. So, she was underage. How come her face was not blurred out like the boys on Banfield? Yeah. Because she's a girl. Honestly, guys, you're never really going to hear me talk about that. Like the whole like men, women, discrimination, like, but it is so blatantly obvious from the school that if I was a parent that had a daughter that went to that school, I'd have a fucking problem with it because it's that obvious. I think that town is completely that way. It's the good old boys. And no, if I had a daughter, she wouldn't ever go to that school. In my opinion. Or you can go to that school, but I'm not paying for it. You know? They're not good enough in sports anyway, so hopefully that's never going to be a problem. The noise complaint, guys on the roof. Yeah, they don't. It's obvious. It's obvious. You know, they did protect one girl. She's a volleyball player. She OD'd. And I know her name. It was during season. It was, I believe it was November 6th weekend. But I think that they should be asking themselves, what did she OD on? Where did she get the stuff? And instead, when I got the report and got everything and I wanted the body cam, they said it's privacy. I said, privacy? I said, this has to do with drugs. This has to go, like, this is a very serious problem, in my opinion, would be somebody that overdosed. And I wanted to see how your cops handled a situation like that and what type of questions they were asking. Because you care about some fucking Keystone Lights, but somebody goes and overdoses, like, that's what you should be concerned about, is where they got it and what they took and how that happened. And stuff like that could lead to bad batches. And you're going to have multiple overdoses usually when that happens. So they just would release the report and they held back the body cam. Probably could have fought it, probably could have won, but all the reports that were written on, or anything that went through on November 12th, those reports were not written until November 16th. I think that's a problem. I went and looked at past reports and how long it would take Jacob Tisdale to write reports. So what's his name? Rosendahl didn't have to write any reports that night because he didn't write any tickets that night. So all the reports were coming from Jacob Tisdale, the blonde kid, who's dressed in all black, clad in black, just like Dylan says, who has, you know, he's taller. He's got the same build as like a kid that she described. Suspect vehicle. Very similar vehicle. So, but yeah, all those reports were written on November 16th. I think that that's suspect as fuck. That's normally not how it's done. They're usually done that same day they're typed up and or written up the next day. These weren't written up until the 16th. Lena, do you have your own opinion on who committed these murders? You don't have to say out loud. I usually never have an opinion on that until I can see the evidence. I have a problem with what I see, though. And I make sure that, you know, it is what it is. But I think that there's a lot of problems. Moscow, Idaho, and the police can't even tell you, nor the FBI, nor the ISP could tell you that who did this. There's no evidence that you have that you're sitting with and in front of that tells anybody who did this. And I think people really need to understand that. You don't have a camera that has the crimes on camera with the person. You don't even have a fucking eyewitness. You have circumstantial evidence, and then you have a potential planted piece of DNA. Then you have a person on, you know, in custody that has no connection to the four. So me or anybody else out there to say who they think knows who did this, then were you there? Because I just don't think that anybody could say it. And I don't believe that the prosecution is in possession of that type of evidence. Two male DNA extra. Yeah. It's probably why they didn't go and do a tree. If it was female DNA, they would have. Just kidding. Agreed. Fair point. Yeah. So. Yep. Floydy. Yes, I agree with Floydy there. Yep. This always been the thoughts here. Just justice is served the right way. Everybody should want that. And we should never have to worry as United States of American citizens that the people that are in charge and have the power to bring people to justice, and we should never have to worry like, oh God, think about abusing power. That's some serious abuse of power. We should never have to worry about that. And I think that this case and there's other cases that I cover that show strong evidence of that unfortunately we have to worry about that. Yeah, you don't have to submit DNA to become a cop. In fact, you don't. You get excluded from all of that, I believe. So it's kind of like the DNA at the crime scene that's unaccounted for. You would think like, well, let's just eliminate everybody that's been in the house. So officers, submit your DNA. We won't hang on to it though. It's like something like that. Like let's just be able to to make sure that it's something that wasn't, from somebody that was in there doing their job. But you're never going to see anything like that. They're not going to ever do that. So, I don't trust DNA at all, says Steve. Well, you guys rock. Always innocent until proven guilty in a courtroom. Thank you for New Orleans Lady. Thank you for the mods in chat. Thank you for watching. Like I said, we're chipping away at a timeline that took place on November 12th, leading into November 13th in the early morning hours. And this was part of it. Go ahead and run back and watch the video, the 2 body cams. But I truly believe that one of them is very much so hiding the fact of when he's approaching that car, their hybrid car. So maybe he's doing it because he was told to do it. I don't know. Because if they're going to be in a car like this, it's supposed to be unmarked and nobody should be able to know what license plate it has, or, things like that if they were to ever watch this. So there could be reasons for that. I didn't go through the academy or do anything in the post that these people have done. I do think Ann Taylor is going to hopefully have jurors that mark the right boxes and speak English and understand English, and that she doesn't need any translators during her trial. If you guys didn't catch that this morning, you guys can run that back as well. I think if Brian Kohlberger did it, he should spend the rest of his life behind bars. I think that this is costing the taxpayers of Idaho a shit ton of money, and I'd be pissed if I was Idaho taxpayer. Everyone driving by knew it was undercover. I also think that when you attack more females, you're going to be able to get more maybe information out of females than males. So maybe that's why the males are handled differently than the females on campus. I don't know. Do you think that there was 1 or 2 gloves found at Truth and Transparency as to getting played on the story? If we're referring to the gloves that were found like after the fact, and then they were in the yard, I think it's laughable. I mean, you guys see that house, right? Why wasn't the trash taken from outside? You have no idea who could have thrown something away. Just that trash that was there, like from sitting out, like that's clearly from a party that they would have just had people there. I think this is sloppy, just like their check marks. So, and when you cut corners, it's like fundamentals in sports. When you cut corners and fuck around with your layups in a game, that's why you fucking miss them. So they cut corners with a lot of things that they do, and you see it, and then you saw it in this investigation because they're not held accountable. And that comes from leadership. And I question the leadership of the Moscow Police Department. So anybody that's worried about putting out a press release every single day to the community, you're trying to make it seem like you're doing something when you're fucking not, and you can't even answer any questions. We don't even know that answer. So giving people tickets, arresting people for not wearing masks. Come on, you guys know the FBI is the new mob. Like I said, there's good apples and there's bad apples in every batch. Whenever, whatever career it is out there, there's going to be good, there's going to be bad. My sister works for the FBI. Well, I bet you she's amazing. You know what it is? It's really hard for people that work for the FBI and they do it the right way, just like in any law enforcement agency. When you do your job and you do it the right way, you have a hard time fathoming anybody that would possibly do it not that way. That's why you get so like adamant about like, no. Hence why I say Jennifer Coffindoffer, Dodger, whatever you guys call her. I think she's so fucking right. But I don't think that she would admit anything that the FBI could ever have done wrong. And that's just pure blinders. But I do think that that comes from just if you're doing your job all the time the right way, that you can't believe that somebody could possibly do it any other way than that. So. And I believe that there's nothing wrong if you see something, say something. Lily Shaw says, yes, Lana, you are correct. Nobody in Moscow can carry open alcohol. I apologize. Yeah, nobody can. So basically, I just cannot believe that literally 2 people are committing a crime and one person it's okay. And happens to be the guy that's 21 with the 2 containers. And if you fucking asshole would have been carrying them, I would have never gotten my minor in consumption. So I'd be saying to that kid, you're paying for this ticket. Have a good day. Because you're an idiot for walking with those open containers. So my dad was a chief of a police in a small town in Kentucky. If he had cops like these, they would not have had jobs. Exactly. And guess what? Guess what ends up happening because of that? Think about anything in life. When your leadership is good, people don't fuck around then. They look at it as like, we can't get away with shit, so we don't come there to your town to do that type of shit, okay? Think about when you have friends that work in retail, and they're like, well, hey, I work the cash register, So come in on this day because this manager's in and he always takes the longest lunch breaks and he's always in the back hitting on girls. Walk out the store with all this shit. And I'm just going to go go to the bathroom when I see you guys come in the store. You understand how that works? So did I steal the shit? No, but I worked and I knew that you guys were going to do it. I just looked the other way. I believe that happens in law enforcement, unfortunately. But you're not told what's going on. You just know when certain people are working, you know what they're doing and how you can finagle around it. And then when they try to do something about it, you have them by the balls with something that they've done wrong, and you both are blackmailing each other. That's what happens in law enforcement, in my opinion. Lana Turtle Boy is going after Coffin Napper over the Reed case. Should be epic. Yeah, she just needs to shut the fuck up about the Reed case because Reed is 100% being framed. And if there's ever a case that's so blatantly obvious, it's that case. And that's just kind of when she didn't even have to make a statement about it. But she wanted to throw herself in it. So maybe she has some ego problems, you know. But yeah, that's definitely a case. If you have been following it, I'm sure Turtle Boy is pretty good with his words. I'm sure he's gonna have a lot to say about that. I might have to pop in for that. Yeah, that Reed case is something else. Makes you wonder, how did they know that Reed wasn't going to go into the house that night, you know? I just feel like the kid it was lured there. But whatever. All right, guys, until next time, make sure you guys go get your Hooked on Phonics. Make sure if you're going to be on a grand jury that you do appropriately check your boxes. And again, thank you for the all those super stickers and new memberships. You guys rock.
Again, breaking news right here from Truth and Transparency.
Bye, guys.